The U.S. Coast Guard reports that there's been an increase in the number of undocumented migrants trying to enter the U.S. through Florida's coastal border. Our Samantha Jo Roth embedded with a U.S. Coast Guard patrol in Miami who are protecting these vulnerable ports of entry.
Boarding officer is
off the coast of Miami, Florida, there's a borderless battle to combat illegal immigration.
It's easy to overlook it. It's easy to forget, especially with the big focus on the southern border.
While the president is focused on his signature campaign promise,
you cannot have border security without a wall.
Officials here are patrolling the high seas, looking to spot migrants before they can reach land.
There is no wall around South Florida or around our coastline, and we have thousands of miles of coastline.
We got special access inside the tactical operations of the U.S. Coast Guard, where crews aboard cutters just like this one are intercepting thousands attempting to enter the United States illegally every year. There's been a 26% spike in migrant apprehensions in this district.
Roger.
Just this month, the Coast Guard in this region has detained over 300 on these waters.
Hey, what happened with that boat we queried?
Captain Christopher Hensley is in charge of this crew of nearly 30. They regularly monitor the miles between Miami and the Bahamas. The country is often used as a staging location where migrants pay smugglers to take them by boat about 80 miles to the coast of South Florida. Over 90% of the agency's migrant interceptions this year have taken place here, and this crew has seen their share of the action.
We found 9 illicit traffickers. We stopped 8 of them, and of those 8, 1 was a drug smuggler and the other 7 were human traffickers and with large quantities. Some of them had large quantities of cash on board as well.
set the LED tail, set the LED tail.
When this crew discovers a potentially suspicious vessel, they deploy this fast response boat to quickly engage the people on board.
We'll do a boarding, and throughout the course of a boarding, determine that there's a suspicion of migrant trafficking. And from there on, we typically bring them on board, Coast Guard Cutter Paul Clark. I need extra bodies.
In the 2 years since Luis Ortiz has been assigned to this unit, he's found the undocumented immigrants they've come across are from just about everywhere.
I've seen so many different nationalities on board, all the way from Sri Lanka to China, Brazil. I think we had an Irish gentleman on board one time.
When this crew detains migrants, this is the area of the cutter that they take them to. They want to make them as comfortable as possible with some shade, a change of clothes, and some meals until they hand them off to the next law enforcement agency.
This is not a detention center, this ship. It's not comfortable to be detained on this ship. You're outside, it can get wet, it can get cold. We try and work through that process expeditiously to turn you over to whatever law enforcement partner is appropriate or to return you to whatever country you came from.
But the process could take days, and until then, the detainees are watched by multiple crew members 24 hours a day.
It can be a heartbreaking ordeal. You know, you're for all intents and purposes, you know, you have someone's life in your hands, and you know you are responsible for them.
Keeping migrants safe on the water is this crew's #1 priority. They believe many of the situations could become fatal if they don't step in.
We're saving lives out there because a lot of these folks that are running and smuggling human beings into America via maritime means, they're not doing it in a safe manner. They're overloading these boats and trying to sneak people into America.
This vast ocean, the front line in the fight to stop the flow of unauthorized migrants, where the work for these men and women is far from over. Reporting off the coast of Miami, Samantha Jo Roth, Spectrum, Bay News 9.
For perspective here, in 2019, the U.S. Coast Guard intercepted nearly 2,500 migrants attempting to enter the U.S. via international waters.